Imagine waking up and realizing your money personality was mostly shaped before you learned long division. Why does a $20 splurge feel guilty to one person, but a $200 impulse buy feels normal to another? Picture one friend who checks their banking app like a weather report, while another avoids it like bad news. What if neither habit is about numbers at all, but about invisible rules you never agreed to, yet follow every day? Think of your relationship with money like the way you relate to food or exercise. Two people can eat the same meal or follow the same workout plan and have completely different experiences: guilt, pride, anxiety, or total indifference. Money works the same way. The numbers in your account are objective, but the meaning you attach to them is deeply personal. Some people treat money like a strict boss, always watching, always judging, never satisfied. Every purchase feels like a performance review. Others relate to money like an unreliable friend, sometimes generous, sometimes disappearing without warning, impossible to trust. And some treat it like background noise, something you deal with only when it becomes a crisis, like a smoke alarm going off in the middle of the night. These patterns aren't random. They're shaped by the stories you absorbed growing up. Was money a source of conflict? A symbol of success? Something other people had? Even if no one sat you down for a formal lesson, you were learning from tone of voice, offhand remarks, and what was praised or criticized. Over time, those unspoken rules solidify into a money identity, the role you think you're supposed to play. Maybe you're the responsible one, the spender, or the one who never understands this stuff. That identity can quietly direct your choices, even when it clashes with what you say you want. In this section, you'll explore how that identity was formed, how it shows up today, and how to gently update it so your money habits start to match the life you actually want. If your money identity is the role you've been playing, your money mindset is the stage it's performed on. The lighting, props, and background music you barely notice, but that shape how every scene feels. Two people can get the same paycheck and experience totally different stories. One feels safe and steady, another feels like they're always one bill away from disaster. This isn't just about income or willpower. It's about the invisible assumptions running in the background. Money always disappears. I'm not the kind of person who can be good with money. Or, if I relax, everything will fall apart. These are like filters on a camera. They change how you see every price tag, opportunity, or setback. In this section, you're not here to judge yourself or fix everything overnight. Think of it more like updating your phone's operating system. You're going to notice which beliefs keep freezing your progress, which ones are quietly helpful, and which ones were never really yours to begin with. So you can start choosing what actually belongs in your financial life now. Think of your money mindset as a set of default settings you didn't realize were turned on. You didn't wake up one day and consciously decide, from now on, I'll panic every time I look at my bank account, or I'll spend every raise before it hits my account. Those patterns are usually the result of hundreds of tiny moments that trained your brain what money means and how safe or unsafe it feels. Psychologists sometimes call these money scripts. Short, powerful lines your brain runs in the background, like, I'm terrible with money, I have to handle everything myself, or, if I have extra, I should help everyone. They sound simple, but they quietly direct your choices the way a GPS directs your route. You might think you're freely choosing every turn, but if the destination is set to never have enough, you'll keep ending up in the same place no matter how fast you drive. These scripts are shaped early. You watched how grown-ups reacted when a bill arrived, when something broke, or when a treat was offered. You noticed who got blamed, who got praised, and what was too expensive versus worth it. Even if you don't remember specific conversations, your nervous system does. It learned, money is danger, money is power, money is love, money is shame. Those lessons sink in long before you understand what a budget is. Then adulthood adds another layer. Marketing tells you that success looks like constant upgrades. Social media turns other people's highlight reels into your daily comparison chart. Work culture might reward burnout in the name of providing, or glorify hustle over stability. Without realizing it, you can end up chasing a money story you never actually chose, like trying to win a game you don't even like playing. This is where financial literacy and mindset intersect. Knowing how interest, debt, or investing works is like learning the rules of a board game. But if a quiet voice inside you says, "I always lose anyway," you'll either avoid playing, take wild risks, or sabotage yourself the moment you start to win. Knowledge explains what to do, mindset explains why you don't do it consistently. One way to start uncovering your scripts is to notice your strongest emotional spikes around money. Think of them like error messages on your internal operating system. Do you feel a rush of anxiety opening a bill, even if you can pay it? Do you feel oddly guilty when your account balance is higher than usual? Do you feel a surge of pride or power when you spend, even on things you don't really want? Instead of judging those reactions, get curious. What is your brain trying to protect you from? Embarrassment? Conflict? Feeling different from your family or friends? Often, a bad money habit is actually a clever coping strategy that once kept you safe. Overspending might have been a way to belong. Hoarding money might have been a way to avoid ever needing help. You don't have to dig through every childhood memory to move forward. A more practical starting point is to listen for the phrases that pop into your head in stressful moments. "I'll never catch up." "It's too late for me to learn this." "People like me don't get ahead." "If I stop worrying, everything will fall apart." Treat these lines like old software pop-ups. You don't argue with them or slam the laptop shut. You notice them, name them, and decide whether to keep or uninstall them. You're not trying to replace every uncomfortable thought with a fictional positive one. You're aiming for beliefs that are both more accurate and more useful. Not, "I'm going to be a millionaire by Friday," but "I can learn new skills with practice," or "Even small changes add up over time." That shift from fixed identity, "I'm just bad with money," to growth process, "I'm learning how this works," creates room for action. As you move through the rest of this guide, keep this question close. Which story about money am I living right now, and who wrote it? You may find that some parts fit you perfectly and others feel like a costume you've outgrown. The work ahead isn't about judging your past, but about updating the script so your money choices start to support the life you actually want, instead of the life you accidentally inherited. Think of your money mindset like a house you've lived in for years. You know which floorboards creak and which doors stick, but you might never have checked the blueprint. This section is about walking through each room with the lights on, not to tear the house down, but to see what you want to rearrange. Start with your money kitchen, where daily decisions happen. Some people cook every meal from scratch, tracking every expense, planning every purchase. Others live on takeout, last-minute buys, reacting instead of planning. Neither is morally better. The question is, does your current setup actually match the life you want? Or are you using a cramped, cluttered kitchen to cook a feast? Next, picture your money weather. For some, money always feels like a looming storm. Even on clear days, you're braced for disaster. For others, it's endless summer. The sun will probably keep shining, so there's no rush to prepare. Your forecast shapes your choices. If you expect constant rain, you may over-insure, under-invest, or never let yourself relax. If you expect sunshine forever, you might ignore warning clouds. Naming your default forecast helps you adjust. "I tend to assume the worst, best. How is that steering me today?" You can also think of your beliefs as apps pre-installed on your mental phone. Emergency Sale Finder lights up whenever you're stressed. Scrolling, adding to cart, chasing relief. Background money worry quietly drains your battery all day. You don't have to delete every app. You can move some off the home screen, add new ones, 5-minute money check-in, and turn off notifications that keep you on edge. Finally, imagine you're rewriting your money playlist. Instead of one loud track, panic, avoidance, guilt, you're creating more options. Curiosity, cautious optimism, self-respect. Different songs for different seasons. You're not forcing yourself to love every decision, you're learning to DJ your own reactions, so money becomes less like static noise and more like a soundtrack you can actually work with. As you work with your money mindset, think of yourself less as a problem to fix and more as a designer running small experiments. Instead of vowing to be better with money, you might test a tiny script change for a week, like rounding every purchase up and sending the extra to savings, or pausing for one deep breath before buying anything non-essential. Each experiment is a flashlight that shows how your current beliefs react under pressure. Over time, these small tests can become a kind of emotional savings account. Every time you face a money situation with a bit more calm or clarity, you're making a deposit in your future resilience. You're training your nervous system to recognize, we've been here before and we handled it. The goal isn't to feel amazing about money all the time. It's to feel just steady enough to keep choosing on purpose, even when life throws a curveball or an unexpected bill across your plate. As you move forward, imagine this guide as a trail map, not a contract. You don't have to hike the whole mountain at once. You only need to choose the next turn. Each bill you open, transfer you make, or question you ask is like placing one more stone in a path that used to be mud. Some days you'll wander off track, overspending, avoiding, second-guessing. That's not failure, it's feedback, like a GPS calmly saying, recalculating. Your job isn't to walk perfectly, but to keep noticing, adjusting, and choosing money moves that feel a little more like respect and a little less like fear.